After 8, Peter Kinch joins me, a mortgage specialist, also the author of the great Canadian, I've called it the Great Canadian, now the Great Canadian Real Estate Action Plan. Proven investment strategies to kickstart and build your portfolio. Why did you write the book?
Well, you know what, Lynn, that's an excellent question. The reason I wrote the book was because as a mortgage broker who specializes with real estate investors, to be perfectly frank, I got tired of Canadians who would go to these, go watch a seminar. The latest guru comes through town with late night TV style, become a millionaire, get rich quick, zero down and all that. I'm the mortgage broker that has to deprogram. I'm the guy who has to sit there and say, wait a second, Canadian systems work a little differently. So at the end of the day, when I started talking to real estate investors, I started talking to people, I realized one thing that was really important. I realized that the real estate was not the key thing. In fact, real estate was just a vehicle of choice, and the real thing they wanted was the results that real estate could produce. Right. And when I started asking more questions and digging a little deeper, I realized that really it was that end result that they were looking for, and it was really $1 million. Well, it was a lifestyle. Yeah. Whether that's $1 million, or hey, maybe it's a single mom who just wants to make some extra money so that she's not pressured by finances. Maybe it's mom and pop who just want to supplement the retirement pension. But the point was, they had to start with the end result in mind. And so starting with the end result in mind, I did what I call reverse engineer the process. We find out what is the goal, why are you buying real estate in the first place, reverse engineer the process, working backwards, we can identify the obstacles, and then put together a three-phase action plan to overcome those obstacles. So I started creating a workshop. It was like an all-day workshop. So the book was designed around the workshop, and I took a character, Brian and Michelle, who are a typical Canadian couple, and I walked them through the workshop.
Now, is real estate still a good investment right now? I mean, we watched the mortgage rates going up for a while, and now they seem to be heading back down again. So, you know, I know it's like the markets, that sort of thing. It's never anything that can really be predicted with that much accuracy.
Well, here again, it depends on the goal. If you're buying from speculation, well, maybe today's not the best time. And the thing is, we want to work with people who are, and the book is really a goal-setting book as much as a real estate book. But what it's trying to teach investors is to think long-term and not to speculate. If you're speculating, neither you nor I are smart enough to guess what that market's going to do, and anybody pretends they are is kidding themselves. So really, you should buy it long-term with an end result in mind. And in that context, make sure that every decision you make is congruent and consistent with the end result you're trying to accomplish. And if that's the case, today is just as good a market as 6 months or a year from now.
Now, when you're buying real estate and you're thinking with the end result in mind, are you thinking as you buy it that you will end up selling it, or what are you thinking?
Well, again, it would depend on the individual's objectives, because you know, I worked with a couple who was looking to buy property on the island, and their goal was to create a legacy for their children. Another couple might say, hey, I want to hold on to this for 10 years, build it up, sell it off, liquidate, consolidate, and then park that money in the bank and live off the interest. So, and again, in the book, we deal with a lot of different characters, again, a cross-section of Canadians across Canada, and we work with them to kind of come up with different plans, action plans.
Really quickly, because we're almost out of time, what's the biggest mistake people make?
Buying without a plan, throwing mud against the wall and thinking they can apply American-style principles to Canadian banking system, and it doesn't work.
All right, well, the Canadian Real Estate Action Plan, Peter Kinch has written your way to invest in real estate.
And as Habitat for Humanity, I forgot to mention.
That's right. So, yeah, tell me about the sales of the book.
A portion of all the proceeds from the sales of the book go to Habitat for Humanity, and I just want to say we're very excited to be able to support them. They're a great organization.
Well, good for you for doing that. That's great. And the books are available at Amazon.com and at Chapters.
That's correct.
Great. Thanks very much, Peter. Best of luck with the book.